So hello guys, and welcome to yet another episode of the weekly forecast analysis. Today I'll be taking you through forex pairs which I've analyzed, and they have a good risk reward ratio and they are high probability setup. So subscribe, like and share my content. Yeah, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post a video. Yeah, so let's go into the charts. For Gbpauд, we'll start off with the daily time frame, and looking at the daily time frame, you can already see that the current market direction is an uptrend, and we have a very nice resistance zone on the daily time frame, and a zone in the 4-hour and daily time frame usually is so significant, compared to the other lower time frames zone. The other thing we can also see on the daily time frame, we can see that there is this supply zone over here, and we also have another supply zone at the extreme end right here. So those are the only points, or rather the zones, that we need to keep an eye on. And we can see that the current market price just broke and closed above the daily resistance zone. That is a key aspect that we need to note. And since the breakout aligns with the uptrend on the daily, that is a good thing, because the candle broke and closed above the daily resistance zone. So we are just waiting for a successful retest on the 4-hour time frame, and then we can look to trade after the retest. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see how price is reacting. So on the 4-hour time frame, what I would usually recommend is, when you get in the 4-hour time frame, avoid looking at a lot of price action, which is not really necessary for you, because you'll end up with a lot of information which will lead to confusion. So I usually recommend that you mark the recent price action on the daily time frame using a rectangle, so that when you go to the 4-hour time frame, you can easily observe the covered price action. That's the only relevant price action that we need to observe. The rest is not of use. Looking at the recent price action, we can see that on the 4-hour time frame, the daily resistance zone has been broken, and the setup for this week will be waiting for a 4-hour candle close above this 4-hour range right here. So I'll be waiting for a 4-hour candle to close above this point, and from there I can use the demand that led to the break of structure, and that will be my point of interest. I'll be looking to see how price reacts on that zone on the lower time frame, that is the 15-minute or the 1 hour, when price taps into that point of interest, and that is only after the 4-hour break of structure happens on this 4-hour line right here. So that is it for GBP Australian dollar. Let's go to our next currency pair. So for Euro USD, we start off by looking at the recent direction of the price action on the daily time frame. So the recent price action has a very nice downtrend for Euro USD. After establishing that, the next thing you need to establish are what are the closest zone to the recent price action, and we only have 3, and there is one major zone for the daily time frame, and the first one is this one right here. You can see it came, tested here for a second time, broke the resistance zone, and it became support. So we're in the 4-hour time frame, and if a daily candle closes below this zone right here, I will be trading the retest. That is because the trend broke in the direction of the trend. So I can either wait for a retest to manifest, or I can just go ahead, and if I see a rejection of the point of interest, which is the resistance, I can take a trade. Or if I don't see a clear entry, I will just wait for a retest to happen successfully, and then I can look to take a short trade using the supply zone formed by the new structure below the point of support. And if price gets rejected off the support, I'll wait for price to come and close and break above this high, which was formed by this small downtrend right here. And then after that, I'll wait for a break of structure that follows the change in structure. And for this case, if price changes character and shifts from being a downtrend, I'll wait for price to come and test this 4-hour zone right here, and from there I can take a trade and put maybe my take profit 1 somewhere around here, my take profit 2 around here. So that is it for 4-hour time frame. Let's move to the next currency pair. Next on we have Gbpusd. So we'll start off with the daily time frame as always. So what we usually do is start by observing the current 30 to 40 candles direction. So looking at this chart, you can see like the recent 30 to 40 candlestick have been consolidating. So the market was in an uptrend and suddenly it started to consolidate around this zone. So we have already identified the direction, and the market on the daily time frame has no direction, it is just consolidating. The next thing we need to identify the zones surrounding the recent price action, and we have this nice point of resistance right here on the daily time frame. The next thing we have is a nice point of support right here, and as you can see, the recent price action is around the daily point of support. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see how price is reacting. So one thing I would like to note is that I don't usually trade markets when they are consolidating. What I usually do is wait for the consolidation to end, and then I can trade the breakout of the consolidation. So what I'm waiting to see in Gbpusd so that I can get engaged is a daily break and close above either the support or the resistance zone. So, and currently the market is, playing around the support zone on the 4-hour time frame. So I'll be waiting to see if the candle today on Monday, if the candle will close below it. If it closes below it, I'll wait for a retest, and then from there I can trade the market, take profit around this point of support right here. Yeah, so that's it for Gbpusd. Let's go to the next currency pair. Next in line is Euro Australian dollar. Starting off with the daily time frame, the direction of the recent price action is an uptrend, no question, and the zone that is easily visible on the daily time frame for Euro Australian dollar is this point of resistance right here. So with those two things established, we now go to the 4-hour time frame and see if there's any setup we can find. In the 4-hour time frame, we just need to look at the structure of the price action, which has been surrounded by this rectangle right here. So understanding the structure, we can see that it is in a nice uptrend, and recently the market had this deep retracement. We can call it a retracement right now because it has not broken this previous low right here. So it is still an uptrend. So as of now, we can call it a deep retracement. What I'll be waiting to see for me to take a position for Euro Australian dollar is a 4-hour candle close above the 4-hour supply zone, and this is the supply zone which I'm talking of. So if a 4-hour candle closes above this zone as illustrated right here, and then I will buy the demand zone formed before the break of the previous high. So if a 4-hour candle closes above this 4-hour supply right here, I'll be buying off the demand zone left around here, and then my take profit can be around this zone just before price touches the zone, and then I can put my stop loss somewhere below the demand zone. So that is my setup for Euro Australian dollar, and I'll be using the 1 hour or the 15 minutes to observe how price reacts around the zone. So that is it for Euro Australian dollar. Let's go to our next currency pair. Next on we have Gbpnzd, and we start off with the daily time frame. But before I continue, I just want to say something. If you have watched this video, this far, I think it will only be fair for you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because that means you like the content, and I usually produce content related to Forex, as you can see, and it only gets better day by day because I'm new to this thing and I keep on learning every day. So for the love of the game, subscribe, like and share. Yeah, let's continue with the video. So Gbpnzd daily time frame, we first start by establishing the direction of the recent price action, and it is clearly an uptrend. And the next thing, we establish any support or resistance on the daily time frame which is close to the recent market price. So we can see we have a nice point of resistance right here. It has been tested many times. So there's only two reactions which can happen around this zone. So the first one, which I usually suggest, is a break out of the resistance zone, because it will align with the direction of the current price direction. But if that does not happen, the next thing that price could do is reject the zone and the resistance zone holds. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame and I'll show you exactly what I'm waiting to see. So looking at the 4-hour time frame for Gbpnzd, we can clearly see that after price touched the daily resistance zone, there was this change in trend. The previous neckline, which is right here, because as you can see the market was forming this head and shoulder pattern right here. That was the first shoulder, the head, and then you have the other shoulder, and then it broke below the neckline. So for us to confirm that it's a rejection of the zone, we need to see this market going down and breaking this low right here. So if price does all that, I'll be looking to short the market, but as of now my bias still remains to be bullish. So this is what I'm waiting to see. I want to see how price will react around this zone, and so currently, as you can see, there is this small trend line being formed here, right there. And if price continues to respect this trend line right here, that means that the structure has shifted from being an uptrend to a downtrend. So I'll just wait for a 4-hour candle to close below this 4-hour range, and then I can change my bias from bullish to bearish. So if price closes below this point, that will mean we have a series of lower lows. So this will be a lower low, and also this one will be a lower low, and we'll also have 3 or rather 2 lower highs, this one and the other one. So that is what will make me to change my bias from being a bullish to bearish. So as of now, the market might also come and close above this resistance zone and continue to rally all the way up. So if that happens, I'll be looking to trade the retest and continue being bullish to the next point of resistance or support, supply, demand, whichever. So that is it for Gbpnzd. Let's go to the next currency pair. So our next currency pair and the last one is Canadian Japanese yen. Yeah, so Cadjpy is our last currency pair, and we'll start off with the daily time frame. Looking at the direction of the recent market, simply, no question, it's an uptrend. So with that established, the next thing we can see is that price has come close to this point of resistance right here. It has been tested in the past a couple of times, so it is a valid point of resistance, and it is a significant resistance zone since it appears on the daily time frame. So from there we go to the forward time frame and see how the structure is forming, and yeah, let's go to the forward time frame and see what's going on. Forward time frame, Canadian Japanese yen. As you can see, the structure has been kind of losing momentum. It is kind of giving us a triple top. As you can see, price has not been able to close above this high, and neither has it closed below this low right here. So it is still bullish as far as structure is concerned, and these are the two scenarios I'll be waiting to see so that I can look for setup into the market. I will wait for a daily close above the resistance zone, and I'll trade the retest. Or if the market decides to go lower, I'll wait for a 4-hour candle to close below the 4-hour support. Simple. It's a 4-hour zone, I'll wait for a 4-hour candle to close below it. It's a daily zone, I'll wait for a daily candle to close above it. So as simple as that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, share with a friend, and family. Yeah, and thanks for the support. Yeah, we are somewhere. See you next time in the next video, and hope you have a fruitful February of 2024. Yeah, once again, thank you and bye.